Hey guys, welcome to the last season 14, round 9, the Super Enduro before the mid-season break. So here we are at Circuit de la Sarthe, at Le Mans track, and yeah, take it around the Honda NSX. So brake bias for this, you're looking at -1 I found, seems to be alright. But yeah, let's hop on board and show you how we do it. This is equal conditions mode, so this should be similar to how we do it in qualifying. So factor in wind here. But so immediately starting out wide to the left, getting across to the right here, and then using the first total sign as your braking marker. So braking all along the curb, getting tucked across. So using again track limits. They're a bit how you go on here in terms of penalties and whatnot, but so keep like for here your right tyres on the white line or on the track more, and then the same for the following corner, left tyres, but make sure you do gain time by just abusing what you can of the track limits here. Bringing on the throttle, using all the track space there, keeping it left, coming down the hill, getting tucked in, so I'm using just after this red cone, kind of it's a hard braking marker. Maybe use the orange what do you call it, tyre barrier on the far left there, once that's out of sight maybe. But just say, or even just halfway between this little orange thing here on the right and that little drive off to the right. So I tuck it down to third, just let the car roll, get it tucked in because the exits are more important. Make sure you don't get the throttle too early, otherwise you will drift off to the left there. And then focus on just dabbing the brakes, or you can get off the throttle a bit earlier than touching the brakes, and just focus on getting this corner just right. Obviously, coming onto these straights, keeping your momentum up and getting the maximum speed down the straight is going to be pretty crucial for this Honda. Little dab the brakes, getting tucked in, right there on the edge of track limits. Keeping a tyre. Don't know how I didn't get a penalty actually, but maybe it's just the curb. And along for the ride down the straights. So the important thing here with these straights is don't go outside the dotted line on the left or the right side from the next straight. One, you get your tyres dirty. Two, you can actually get track limit penalties. So I always just use that my left wheel on the left line, and then for this chicane, braking on or just before the 100-meter line. Again, more so focusing on you brake that a little bit earlier to make sure you get the corner right, because the exit is more important than the entry. So tucking in, getting it over these curbs, you can cut these quite a bit. Down the second, again, getting up on these curbs, using it to rotate you around. And once you're good to go, get on the throttle. Don't get on too early, because if you understeer and you go wider than this white line, right in the middle, you will get a penalty. Just letting the car drift, but not out onto those wide sections, so keep in the middle two lanes. Yeah, generally don't shift that late, but just playing with my butt kicker, so again, 100-meter board. This one's you're not carrying as much speed into it, so you add the 100-meter board. Hard on the brakes, angling it to the corner, trailing it in nice and gentle, using those curbs. Not getting on the power too early there. I had a little bit of a snap. But yeah, just careful of this white line. You don't want to put your right wheels left of it. Don't fall asleep over the 90 minutes of the Enduro here. Kinking it in, so effectively at this apex of the kink is the braking marker on these fresh softs. Other tyres, well, yeah, just pull it back, probably to like here. But yeah, braking in a straight line, out wide, and then tucking in for the right-hander. So I use one and then up in the second at the apex to help that rotation. Theme continues, yep, keeping it in the two lines. You definitely don't want dirty tyres at all for this next corner. It is one of the trickiest corners on the track for an MR. So approaching it on the left, starting to see this green patch on the right, left, sorry, is kind of your turning point. But you really want to get the car tucked in. See how I'll probably replay this twice. Get it tucked in across this. Only braking hard once I'm in a straight line. So I'll just replay that. So it's better to get off the throttle earlier and then like get half off the throttle. See how I'll start to lift. Starting to lift nice and early, and then carrying that throttle. If you go zero throttle, or just plan it, the car will get drawn around, carried around to the right, and you'll go straight into that right wall. So always carry a bit of throttle just to keep the car steady. Once you're in the straight line, bang on the brakes. Getting it tucked in. Again, so just as the Gantt sign, but the one that's just to my right out of sight. Yep, just there is the braking marker for this one. Try not to use this curb on the left because like the Honda we know it doesn't like the curbs that well. So I just try and keep it, just nick it, or just staying off it. Down the first, and then up in the second to get the rotation. Using all the track out here. Be careful of this. You don't have to go as wide as I did then. But yeah, there is a tyre barrier there that does poke out a little bit, so it can catch you out. And remember, this race will go on at night. So yeah, getting that corner right is crucial. And that's not even a bad shot there. Great livery again, Adam. So a shorter straight this time, so keeping it to the left. I hold it in fifth here because it just keeps it steady upon this entry into this section here. So this is all about flow. So again, you can push it a little bit deeper, but I like to just focus on getting the car stable. So getting off the throttle, as you can see about here, and then just carrying the momentum through. A little bit of dab of the brake, don't want to go too hard or the car will oversteer, because this car has a tendency to turn in oversteer. Keeping it more central and then to the right. Full throttle and changing the gear at this left kick. And then just, just after that sector timing, halfway along this wall, again, off. Watch the throttle, just off the throttle, getting it turned, using gears. Just that little bit of throttle there. So you're keeping the momentum going, but you're also keeping the car steady by having that little bit of throttle. Bring it on when you can, modulating it, keeping the car tucked in right for this bit. And then about, that RMC sign, tucking in left, getting the apex, upshift to help the rotation if need be, because I just missed the apex. Straight lining all this. So drift out here. You put two wheels in the pit lane initially. Note on the pit lane for the race, you do actually have to approach it properly and brake and make the first left-right kink. So make sure you practice that throughout the week. Braking just before the curb, full throttle brakes, trailing off, abusing the track limits here again, keeping the car more right to open up this last chicane, over the curb and then over the curb again. So that's a 59.6. So I have been in the 58s, but yeah, that'll be a good guide for it. Might play out this first sector in full speed because I do actually get about 3/10 up. Just a bit better run. Get tucked in a bit better there that lap. much cleaner first sector. So yeah, I'll leave it now for a lap without me talking, and good luck everyone.